What is good, YouTube? Warstu here with a video on The Flash Season 4. Now, I've not really been doing many Flash videos recently due to the fact there is nothing to talk about. There's only been little stories here and there, but I come across something very interesting on Entertainment Weekly. So, one of the executive producers, Andrew Kreisberg, you will know who he is, said that the couple Iris West and Barry Allen will be heading to couples therapy, which is kind of interesting to me because they've been through an awful lot throughout their whole relationship. Granted, they've not actually been together that long, but they have been through an awful lot as a couple. She got engaged to him in season 3 under the false pretenses of Barry Allen trying to change the time and obviously Iris West not dying. And then right at the end of the season, they got properly engaged before Barry had to go into the Speed Force because obviously they got Jay Garrick out and no one replaced inside the Speed Force. So it's going to be quite interesting, and apparently it's one of the funniest episodes they have done due to date. But of course they're going to say that, guys. They're trying to promote the season because there's not really been anything interesting to promote The Flash for this year. So the fact that they head into couples therapy is kind of interesting because it's going to be the case of, can the Flash sit down long enough to endure the therapy? And I believe this did happen in the comic books. I'm not 100% sure. I'm freestyling this video, but I'm pretty sure that that it did happen in the comic books, and it does say that they're going to head there due to advice of Caitlin, which is kind of interesting because she has had a lot of relationships. Obviously, a husband who died in the particle accelerator, then became a superhero, then who died. Zoom, obviously, she was with him. And then obviously Julian Albert, Draco Malfoy from Harry Potter, she was with him. So she probably is the best person to talk to about relationship advice. And that's most likely why her and Iris are going to be getting closer in the up and coming season, which is kind of interesting because we've not really seen Iris West and Caitlin Snow get close in the whole kind of 3 seasons. They've not really had that many scenes together. So when Barry Allen returns, Iris West will be in charge of Team Flash, and obviously when Barry comes out, he is the head guy. He's always front running the operation. So I presume they're going to clash of who's going to run Team Flash when Barry Allen gets back. So I presume that's going to be the thing that leads them to couple counseling, which is kind of normal, I presume. So I'm quite interested of where this whole couple council is going to come out. Is it going to be at the start of the season, or is it going to be, I don't know, episode 5, 6, 7? I presume it's going to be quite funny. I mean, they did say it's going to be one of the funniest episodes they've written, but I presume they're just saying that to amp up some hype for it. So it is quite interesting. But then he did go on to say they are finally going to get married this season, and then it's going to be, can they stay married with everything that's coming up against them? So obviously that's referring to the Thinker, all the new metahumans, and all the kind of, can she actually be with the Flash when the Flash is going to be out all the time? Is Barry going to actually have time to spend with him as a relationship? Because they've not really had many scenes together where they're actually doing relationships based things, where Barry Allen has had to run away and save Central City. So it's going to be quite interesting. So when is this wedding going to happen? There's been a lot of speculation that this wedding will happen during the 4-night crossover. Well, not 4-night, 4-show crossover. That's actually going to be a 2-night crossover or special event, which could be very interesting. Obviously, episode 5 is dubbed at Iris' Wet Bachelorette Party, and that will be the episode where Blacksmith comes in, where Felicity Smoke comes in. And we've seen images behind the scene BTS, thanks to people like Canada Graphs, of Iris West with a fat engagement ring. So the wedding is going to happen. I think it will most likely happen just before the crossover. And if it doesn't happen during the crossover, it will be after the crossover. But I can't see them dragging that out throughout the whole season, if you ask me. So we've also had some other news about the crossover that it's going to be Supergirl centric. Alex Danvers and Kara Danvers are going to be centric to the 4-hour crossover. So that leads me to think that the villains will have to be aliens, because it wouldn't be someone like, I don't know, Richard Dragon's crew like the Longbow Hunters, or I can't think of anyone who it could be who isn't kind of alien based, because obviously the crossover is going to start inside Supergirl. I can't see it being anyone like Anti-Monitor, that kind of catastrophic, because they did say the emotional stake has to be raised because they can't really get any higher than aliens. So I'm thinking probably War Worlds or something like that. Let me know in the comment box down below, guys. Who do you think the villain will be for the crossover? I'm really glad that they've not actually said anything about who the villain is. Stephen Amell did tweet the other day saying he's just read the script, and then I read some of the comments and everyone's going, I can't wait for an Olicity wedding. Because someone please in the comment box, guys, let me know where it says there's an Olicity wedding. People said that David Ramsey said at a con. I've literally gone through every con and I can't see anything where it says there's an Olicity wedding. It says there could be a wedding, but it didn't specifically say anything. So I think the whole concept of the Flash going to therapy is going to be hilarious. There's not much going for the Flash this year. There's no hype. They need to build this hype train, maybe tease the Thinker. I know we already know who he is, but maybe tease some kind of what he looks like. He has been, sources tell me he has actually been on set, although no one's actually reportedly seen it. The Thinker actually has already filmed some scenes, so I expect him to be popping around episode 6 or 7, 5, around then. He's actually been in Vancouver, Canada already, so I can't wait to actually find out what the Thinker looks like. We know he's played by Neil Sunderland, but we don't actually know much about the actual Thinker character. We don't know, is he going to be the artificial intelligence one? There's so many possibilities. This season has the grounds to be amazing. We found out that there's no musical crossover, which is music to my ears, as I felt like that was a filler episode. It had no narrative to either Supergirl or the Flash. If they're going to do like these silly little kind of musical episodes, I think they should keep them to Supergirl. We don't need them on the Flash. The Flash isn't musical orientated. Just because they're both on Glee does not mean that we have to have him on the Flash, which is a superhero show. It's not a singing show. Danielle Panabaker did say at DragonCon that according to all her information and knowledge, there won't be a musical crossover, basically because it's not scheduled and it just took up too much time, which I can understand. Like doing the choreo, like coming up with a song, coming up with a dance routine. I mean, it was kind of impressive. I do like musicals, but if you want to go to a musical, go to London, go watch Wicked, go watch Lion King. Keep it out of the CW shows. So this is an actual Flash season 4 video talking about Iris West and the crossover, but I have generally gone over all the kind of Arrowverse news. I may divulge in more details in a separate video, but it's more of a kind of roundup. So let me know, guys, what you think of the WestAllen marriage. Let me know what you think about the 4-night crossover being Danvers centric. But let's be honest, guys, season 1 of Supergirl, the Alex Danvers and Kara stuff was probably one of the best parts that we had in the whole season. So I am looking forward to that being back on Supergirl season 3. I'm not sure if I'm actually going to cover Supergirl because I've kind of lost the wheel with that program. I'm going to watch it. I may cover it, probably just do some news or theory videos on it, maybe. And let me know about this Olicity wedding. Is it going to happen? Who could the potential villain be? Lots of comments down below, guys. If you want to, please like, subscribe, and comment. That would be awesome. I've opened a Patreon account where if you like the channel, you want to support the channel, you can be a Patreon. There are special benefits and stuff that you get. I will leave an image over the top right now so you can see. And we will catch you in another video, guys, very soon. Catch ya later.